The top 5 hidden ways to go from an emotional trader into a completely unshakable savage. I remember when I was trading in the beginning, I was a complete emotional wreck. And I think you can relate to this, where you're in and out of trades, you're doubting yourself, you're feeling a little bit of greed, you're feeling fearful, you're feeling unsure, you're feeling anger at the market, or you're feeling anger at people around you or your situation, whatever it is, right? You're completely emotional. And if you're emotional, you shouldn't really be close to a chart until you calm down. You're not going to be thinking straight. You're going to be thinking from a low vibrational place. So you need to recenter your emotions and basically come back into the center so that you are sharp and focused. If you're sharp and focused, you can perform your best. So in this video, I'm going to give you my top 5 quick hacks so that you can instantly go from being completely emotional to a unshakable savage. If you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe, and let's get started. The first one is very simple. You need to have a daily reset ritual. What that actually means is that you need to do something that's going to break your pattern of thought, your daily pattern, your emotional pattern. You might go for a walk. You could do a quick meditation. You can go for a run, go for a sprint, go to the gym, go for a swim, go for a sauna. Do any of these things so that you can reset your emotional state. You have to do something that is moving. Motion creates emotion. Do you understand? Emotion comes from motion. If you want to take hold of your emotions, you got to start moving more every day. So go for a walk, go for a hike, go for a run. This will help you recenter and bring yourself back to ground zero, basically. Okay. And it'll help you blow off any bad emotions from the previous day. Like you can just walk off any bad feeling, basically. If you're feeling really bad, if you lost a trade yesterday and you feel really bad, go for a walk. Go walk it off. Like when people say go walk it off, that's a real thing. Go walk it off, shake it off. So that's the first one. Have an emotional reset ritual and just being aware of what that one ritual is and then making sure that you get it in before you trade. Number 2 is very simple. And I call this the 2-minute rule, right? And the 2-minute rule basically means that you should be able to open your charts and within 2 minutes know if you're going to trade that pair or not, right? So let's say you're looking at gold. Within 2 minutes, you should be 100% confident on either taking a trade or not trading at all for that day because it doesn't align with your setup. So if you cannot do this, if it's going to take you 20, 30 minutes to analyze one pair, it just means that you don't know what your setup actually looks like. You're doubting, you're second guessing yourself. And because if you're second guessing yourself, you're going to get emotional because now you're unsure. If you want to be unshakable, being unshakable means being confident in what you're doing, in what you're looking for, knowing what all of your time frames look like, knowing what you're looking for when you look at the monthly, when you're looking at the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, all the way to your entry, exactly what everything looks like. And you should be able to do this within 2 minutes. It doesn't need to be difficult. If the longer it takes, it means two things. You don't know what you're looking for, or two, your strategy is too complicated. And if it's too complicated, it's not going to help you. So keeping things simple, stick to the 2-minute rule, and you'll see your confidence grow. You just won't be emotional. When you see your trade, you know that, hey, that's my setup. You take it. You just take it, and there's no second guessing yourself. You just know that it's your trade, and you take it. You did everything. That's your process. You close the charts. Now you go do something else. There's nothing else you can do, right? So that's number 2. Number 3 is It doesn't look sexy, so people don't do it. It's overlooked, but it's so simple and it will change the way you do everything. And that is to have a paper journal on paper, blue pen, white piece of paper, and basically you're journaling your emotions, right? Not your setup, but your emotions. So you're writing down what you feel before the trade, what you feel during the trade, and what you feel after your trade. So you're writing this down, you're taking notes. So, for example, you could be feeling FOMO, as if you feel like you're going to miss out on your trade if you don't take the entry. You might be feeling impatient. You might be feeling hesitation. Or the opposite, you might just won 2 trades in a row and now you're feeling confident. Now you're feeling on top of the world. Those are also emotions, right? These emotions are legit, right? Just because they're with you doesn't mean they're nothing. Does that make sense? Like, people overlook this and they are completely disconnected from their emotional awareness, from their emotional state, because they're not taking note of it. So it's just as important to record your setups, your trades, your wins, your losses, as to record your emotions. You should actually be focusing more on recording your emotions, because your emotions is 90% of the trade. The setup, your system, your strategy, that's only 10%. Trust me, right? If you feel scared, you won't even be able to take a trade. If you feel greed, you'll overtrade and then you'll blow the account. So the emotional side, your psychology, is more important than your strategy. The strategy is the easy part. Anybody can teach you a strategy. You can go buy a course to learn a strategy, but you're mastering your emotions, your internal war, the war, you versus you. This is the hardest part, because people are emotional beings, right? You're not meant to be trading. Do you understand? When you place a trade, your brain goes into fight or flight mode. It screams danger because you have all these subconscious programming that's running deep in your system that's being triggered, right? Because now you put money on the line, you have risk. There's risk involved. So your natural state is now feeling like you're under attack. You're not feeling safe. Do you understand? So as a human being, when you don't feel safe, you want to just freeze or run. Do you understand? And so if you're not aware of these emotional triggers, you're going to be a fucking wreck. So take it seriously. Like, write it down, man. Make a paper journal and record your emotions before, during, and after the trade. You're going to learn a lot about yourself, right? It's going to make you unshakable. The next time you feel the emotion, you're going to be like, hang on a minute. I remember this. I've dealt with this before. I've been here before, and I know how to deal with this greed or this revenge. You lost a trade. Now you want to make your money back. You're angry at the market. You're angry at yourself. Now you 5 trades in and you're 5 losses in. You're close to, like, about to blow your account. Yeah. So keep your emotions in check and record it, right? And then you're going to become dangerous. You're going to become a warrior, right? If you can control, if you can master your emotions, you can do anything. You become the fucking samurai. You understand? Number 4 is so obvious, but I think it's so obvious that people don't realize how simple it is. And number 4 is basically stick to one framework, stick to one mentor, stick to one way of trading. So if, for example, if you are an ICT trader, if you trade ICT, trade ICT, don't do anything else. If you trade set and forget, trade set and forget. That's your thing. Do that, right? If you trade the Elliott wave, for example, do that. Do you understand? You stick to one mentor. And I say this because one guy might be looking to sell and the other guy is looking to buy on the same pair, right? If you're listening to 2 people or 2 informations, and then to make it worse, you have a paid signals group on Telegram that's giving you signals and they're saying something else. So what is it going to be? Now you don't know. Now you're overwhelmed. You're flooded with different analysis. You're completely frozen. And then when you're frozen, you feel fearful and you don't know what to do. You're stuck. You don't have a bias anymore because you have information, contradicting information coming in from too many places. You need to learn just one system, listen to one mentor, master that system, know it inside out so you're not spending 5 hours to figure out if you should be buying or selling, and then just take the trade. There's nothing else you can do. Just take the trade. You've done your analysis, you did your homework, do it, go for it, pull the trigger, right? There's nothing to be scared of, right? At least you know why you're selling when the other guy is buying and why you're buying when the other guy is selling. Does that make sense? So stick to one mentor, okay? And there are a lot of good mentors out there. My advice when you find your mentor is make sure that you find a mentor that has been where you are. He's not too far away from where you are, right? They're not so disconnected to who you are and your journey, right? Otherwise, for example, right, if the guy trades in a hedge fund, right? Yeah, sure, he's experienced. They are experienced. They're trading billions or hundreds of millions of dollars, but that doesn't apply to you. You're not the same pedigree. They can't be teaching you anything. They've come so far from where you are. They probably didn't even start the same way you did. They probably born into a rich family with rich parents, so they had rich programming from birth, so they had already different psychology and beliefs around money compared to you who had to struggle or had to fight for everything. You're already two different people. They cannot relate to you and you cannot relate and learn from them, so there's no point. Do you understand? This is really important because this will save you years, right? You need to find a mentor that has been exactly where you are and has overcome the problems that you're overcoming, so they know how to fix you because they understand you, because they used to be you. There's a big difference. Who you listen to is very important. That will save you a lot of stress, a lot of years of your life. Having the right mentor will make or break you, basically. They have to relate to you. They have to know, like, they have to be able to look at their student and say, I know this person's been here because I've been there. I know how to fix that. I know exactly what to tell them so that they can overcome that problem because I had that problem. Not some Ivy League hedge fund manager that, had everything given to them from birth with rich parents and a rich school and life and everything, and they can't relate to you. Does that make sense? Anyway, enough of that. Let's move on. Number five. Number five was to have a daily time where you switch off every day. What I mean is switch off from trading. So let's say you trade ICT and you trade during the kill zone. So if you have your kill zone, if your kill zone is finished, you close the computer. You don't hang around looking at the charts and hanging out with the chart and trying to look for more trades. You're done. You either got your entry or you didn't. There's nothing you can do. The time has come for you to close and move on with the rest of your day. Don't hang around, because hanging around is going to make you emotional. It's going to make you stay in the market. It's going to make you second guess your trades. You're going to be looking at the trades you took. Even if you took a trade in the kill zone, in your time zone, close it straight away. Don't need to look at it. Don't hang around waiting to see if it goes to stop loss or to your take profit. Like, just shut it down and come back in the next day or later at night or whatever. Because looking at it is not going to make it go anywhere. It's not going to help. It's actually going to be worse for you. It's going to make you emotional. It's going to make you second guess your trade. And then now you're going to be an emotional wreck, right? So don't look at it. I used to take trades and stare at it all day all session. I'd be looking at my trades. And then when it goes into a drawdown, I'd be hiding on my desk, right? So don't look at it. Just have a time to switch off and go do something else. Okay. So there you go. Those are my top 5 quick fixes that you can apply today. And if you do this, it's going to increase your win rate by at least 20%. I'm pretty sure. Just by being aware of your emotional state and slaying that dragon, right? If you can fix that, you're on your way. You already won half the battle. The other half is just your strategy and your system. That's it. So if you enjoyed that, go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what kind of emotional triggers you're dealing with day to day. Are you over trading? Are you getting greedy? Are you fearful? Or are you doubting yourself? Let me know in the comments, and maybe I can make a video on that in the next one. Take care. Bye.